Welcome back to the second episode of Gen AI Jobs, which I am officially rebranding to GenMedia Jobs. So since the last episode, I've taken my company website, workmanlabs.ai, and I've completely transformed it into a GenMedia Jobs tracker. So let's jump right into the website. Here we are at workmanlabs.ai, and on the first page, it's just going to be a big list of jobs, currently in chronological order. We see Unity, Hasbro, Netflix, Google, NVIDIA, Luma, Netflix, 11 Labs, kind of the companies you would expect. And let's go ahead and look at this Unity position here. And this is for the game engine company Unity. You might have heard similar things going on at Unreal Engine. And we have our salary, locations in Mountain View. It's on-site. It's going to give you a little bit of a description here. And the company Unity, I'll open up that page there. And what I've done for each page is basically taken the job responsibilities and experience and put them in one place, and I'm trying to make it easy to read. And while this stuff is definitely visible on LinkedIn and the other recruiting websites or the company's actual website, I do find it's kind of generally hard to read in a lot of ways, and it's kind of hidden and kind of hard to parse. So if nothing else, this is just a way to read what the job requires and what experience you want, and at the end we have a link to the actual job post in case you want to apply to it on LinkedIn or whatever job portal they're using. One small thing that I've done here is I'm grouping all these jobs into certain categories and then trying to sift out what is unique about that job and then what are common trends within that type of job, and that's loosely represented here. So moving on, I clicked on this Unity tab here, and that is similar to going to this company's page where we have a little bio about each company listed in alphabetical order. So if you just want like a high level view of like what companies are hiring for GenMedia, this by the end of the year will be very comprehensive, I believe. So let's look at another company that is hiring a lot in GenMedia space is Adobe. This makes sense because they basically make GenMedia software, and they have their own lab, and they're doing a lot of AI integrations, and they work with like every creative company in the world. Makes sense that they're hiring quite a bit for that. So here's our page, and you'll see that they have a lot more roles. I have a lot of friends that work at Adobe in GenMedia, and these are all pretty interesting, and you can get a decent idea of the shape of the industry, I really think, per company and then overall by looking at the jobs that they're hiring for. The thing that I want to be able to get from this website is insights, or R. I want to be able to get insights on the GenMedia industry. How did it start? How's it going today? And where might it be going tomorrow? So here are the first things that we're looking at. We have the big picture. I want Claude, I'm gonna try to give a more interesting story prompt to Claude so this can be presented a little bit better. But I just want to take you through the different categories that we're collecting. We're looking at the different job categories, how many jobs are represented in each one, how are companies building out their staff. And the thing that we're going to focus on a little bit today are these new roles of forward-deployed creative and AI enablement. And you'll see that this is under our category here of 4 archetypes that barely existed a year ago. These are definitely very new trends. So what I want to talk about next is sources. So sources is where I'm going to hand feed Claude and the Workman Labs knowledge base certain articles or tweets or clips from videos on information that help me kind of go, like a big moment of realization of like what's actually happening. What do these roles mean? So one of those that I have here is the 4 deployed engineers. This is from a tweet from Alex Lieberman. And you can go read the actual tweet, and I've kind of archived the text here, but I want to break down what I took away from this. And we can do that by actually going back to our Insights page and these 2 new roles of forward deployed creative and AI enablement. So when it comes to generative AI and generative media, there's this new technology in the form of applications around models or the models themselves. And what is tricky is for a company that doesn't come from AI, that it wasn't born in the last like 2 years or whatever, it's hard for them sometimes to understand how to integrate AI, how to use these new models, these new applications to hopefully help their business. And so AI companies, GenMedia companies like Adobe, like NVIDIA, like Anthropic, like Palantir and like Fall, we have some new roles that have come to help with this transition. So the first one is the forward deployed creative or the forward deployed engineer. And what the forward deployed engineer does is basically consult. It's a consulting role, but has this kind of like military term because this engineer who works at, say, Adobe or Fall is then going to go out to a client's, a customer's company and actually work on their implementation. And the forward deployed creative and engineer is going to build tools for that company in their stack, right? It's like, what are we trying to make? Images, videos, we're designing shoes, etc. And they're going to look at the information in, the inputs, they're going to help design the program in the middle, so to speak, and then they're going to help with the outputs, right? So they're building this new AI pipeline that likely already exists for that company. We're just going to be integrating generative AI into it. And this is the type of work that I really enjoy doing, and that is kind of what a creative technologist does as well. So that is generally what the forward deployed creative technologist or engineer is going to be doing. They go on site and they build the pipeline, right? There's like the technical part of it, with some creativity. But the kind of counterpart that is required for this is the AI enablement specialist or people who do AI enablement. And that's what that tweet was talking about, is that there's basically someone who builds the product, and then there's someone usually at the company that is going to help with enablement. To break down enablement, I actually met with Julie Lodering. I don't know if I pronounced her last name right, but she works at Epic Games, and she was formerly working in the education department. And we met up at Unreal Fest and spoke quite a bit. And I learned about her role. She was one of the first people I knew personally who was in AI enablement, and I wanted to learn more about what that means. And so basically, while there's this kind of AI transformation happening within a company, someone might be building the tools. That might be internal developers plus the forward deployed engineers and creative technologists. Someone at that company has to understand the culture. They have to teach, how do you use these new tools? How do you use LLMs? Right? There's a lot of changes coming really quickly, and big companies don't typically move very quickly. This requires an entire role and strategy to sort of kind of reskill and to teach these new tools to the existing employees. So to have this sort of GenMedia, industrial creative revolution happen, it requires the creative technologists and engineers to build the tools, and it requires the AI enablement people to help teach that to the rest of the company from a social way that is actually going to work. Because me, as a forward deployed creative technologist, as I go into a company, I'm not going to know all of the politics and the hierarchies and the roles and the history, most likely. So I can build a tool, but I might not do it in a way that is going to be accepted by that current company. I think you can imagine that if you work at a company, some outsider comes in and builds some AI tools, and you're like, what are these? I don't want to do that. This is where AI enablement and the forward deployed creative technologists are working together to make a solution that ultimately is going to work for that company and hopefully make their engineers, creatives happier in the end, and increase productivity or quality in the end. These are the goals. So there's a little nugget of knowledge that, again, I've fed this into my knowledge base. And anytime the career or role of creative technologist that has forward deployed in front of it, forward deployed engineer, or AI enablement comes up when I'm adding roles, now my Workman Labs knowledge base sort of understands this. And so this is something that I wanted to share with as many people as possible. Again, I had met with someone who was in AI enablement. I've worked with forward deployed engineers and creatives. I consider myself kind of like a junior work in progress version of that. And this little bit of information helped me just kind of put it all together and understand how these two roles work together to actually help integrate GenMedia. So that wraps it up for this video. Let me know what you think about Workman Labs, and I'm going to be updating it constantly. It's a very fun project. And the last thing I want to point out is that if you actually go to the job listing, the graphics that are generated, those are done with GenMedia with AI using Fall, and I'll link to a video on the Fall YouTube channel that goes through the very technical breakdown of how I use Claude and Fall API to generate those graphics if you care about the more technical side of this. I'll see you on the next video.